And I just watched Jessica's video about her first rant. And I want to say that I have not been able to make as many videos as I want to. There is not an end to what I have to say, but there has been a constraint of time and quality of video that I wanted to make. And I really realized that maybe sometimes when I'm learning something that I just need to sit down and talk about it. And I want to say that she made an impact on, I had already known who she was because of Justin Rhodes and then Roots and Refuge. And this guy said that he was going to try to grow some tomatoes at a grocery store about 5 months ago, and he ran into a YouTube video of Jessica growing some tomatoes, and then he learned a lot of stuff about organic tomatoes and about how the farming system is messed up. And so I met him in like the organic section here in Iowa. She's in Virginia. No, she's in South Carolina. She's in South Carolina now. But I really want to say, I want to encourage her, and I want to say, hey, girlfriend, you are making a difference, and you are affecting people, and people hear you, people have faces, people have value, as you know. But I want to say that it's not, and she knows this too, and as we're all learning, it's not just the farming system, and it's a medical system too. It is really, it is very difficult. And as my daughter was going through medical problems, it's complicated because people are trying to solve problems. Companies are trying to solve problems, and they're trying to solve problems of the problems they created. But the problems they created, they feel like have improved life enough for the problems that they're trying to compensate for are worth trying to do without solving that root issue. So what do we do? And what does that mean? Okay, so you make an herbicide that kills a bunch of things. And then you are trying to create something else that helps the plant recoup from that, or remediate the problem. But that isn't going to solve the problem. We need more farmers. And I say that our medical problems start with the farming that we are doing. The farming that we are doing is harming our health. The farming not only, but also the fact that we don't have enough iodine in the soil. We don't have enough iodine in the soil. And then the stuff that we use on our crops depletes our copper and the copper in our bodies. It is very difficult, it is intricate, and we are messing things up. So what can we do to change? Well, this video is not about that, but other than you already know, like garden and try to do the best you can. But we have primed ourselves mostly, I believe, in a very much a way to have fungal infections. And we have primed ourselves by having antibiotics in our system, although antibiotics do save lives. But oftentimes what those lives are being saved from was a deficiency in the first place, and something that was already there that caused a problem, much like the food we're consuming. The food we're consuming causes a problem, so we need to use antibiotics, and then we need to use more antibiotics and more antibiotics. And what do antibiotics are? They're mycotoxins. They are mold toxins that prime something for mold. Mycotoxins prime you for mold by killing your bacteria, making the surface all yummy sweet for them to to come in and set up house. So they kill the bacteria, they rob its nutrients. Like I heard from one guy, Morley Robbins, was talking about how the way that the mycotoxins come in and kill the bacteria is by robbing their copper. Well, when you rob the copper of something, I thought to myself, well, where is it going? Where is it taking it? Is it just taking it? What is it doing with the copper? Well, I think that it's using it in the body to do something. And if you look at, like, for example, Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's has a problem of copper accumulation in those veins. Okay, I'm interjecting because I didn't finish my thought on copper. It's I believe that it's using it in the body because I thought, okay, so if the mycotoxins rob the copper, and where is it taking it? Okay, we got it. It goes to different places, and in part there's the brain that it goes, but it's taking it different places where it likes to set up shop, and it's getting ready to be used by the mold to grow. Because just as we use copper in our bodies, mold uses copper. Mold uses copper to grow. Mold uses copper for its enzymes. Mold uses copper for its little body fungal cells. Mold uses its copper to even make its color, myelin. One rabbit trail is that this one lady, I'll post her video here. It's a Mold 101, that she really wants somebody to do a study on black mold and black cancer. Black mold and black cancer. Myelin. Mushrooms and myelin. Look that up. Also look up heavy metals. And mushrooms. Mushrooms are mold. Mushrooms are fungus. Fungus, mold, and mushrooms. Same family. Also, mycotoxins are known to make things porous. Pickety, 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 pick. And we are severely depleted of K2, which helps our everything stay strong, like have thick gut lining, have our veins thicker, like nicer, stretchier, thicker and stretchy. So thick and stretchy things in your body, K2, think of that. Iodine, all secretions of your body. Iodine is an antifungal. Iodine is an antimicrobial, antibacterial, blah, 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 blah. It will kill fungus. And it concentrates in your saliva, in your eyes, and every secretion of your body, anything that is going into your body, it's concentrated in, and we're severely depleted of it because a lot of us don't live near the ocean, and a lot of the soil is depleted by it. It's a halogen, it just kind of evaporates. So we're slowly being depleted from it. We get iodized salt. A lot of people don't use iodized salt, and we're told not to use a lot of salt. Salt's not the problem. I believe that fungus is the problem. Okay, I'm getting off topic a little bit. When we use these pesticides and herbicides, it primes the ground to be happy growing fungus. When we plow the ground, we're breaking up mycelium and spreading mold spores, but also like there's mold that helps and mold that hurts, just as we have bacteria that helps and hurts in different quantities, and there's a balance that it's striking, a balance that there's a sway. So it's difficult. When we break up the ground, when we till in, and when we also deplete the ground of its bacteria that's keeping everything in check, like ivermectin. Ivermectin is harvested from a bacteria that's also an antifungal. It's antiparasitic, but it's also antifungal, and that's why I believe it's antiviral. When fungus is like the backgrounder to problems in your body. It's slow growing. It's the slow, progressive diseases of the body, in my opinion. It sits back there and waits, and it says, oh, bacteria came in. Let me kick it off the bar stool. Let me kick it and make a fight. You know, and so it's off, and it's rampant, and it's taking control, and all those wormies and buggies are having fun. You get fungus in your body. It sets up shop. It's not a fungal infection. So most doctors are familiar with fungal infections, but there's the idea of colonization in the body that they're realizing more and more. Colonization of mold in your body. And that has the ability to create cancer. It has the ability to drive cancer, to make tumors. We know that cancer is multiplying dysfunctional cells, yes, but what's driving it is fungus. And I believe that pesticides and herbicides, some of them are mycotoxins, and some of them are helping the mycotoxins by killing bacteria. It primes us for mold, primed for fungus in our plants, primed for all that junk. So where will we go from there? Well, as far as I have gone as much as I have discovered this far, I personally supplement with Lugos iodine, because iodine, I believe, is the one thing in our body that is the most active against mold. And I'm trying to find this study again, and I will try to find the study some more as I'm going through this. There was a study that said that a macrophage, in the presence of a bacteria in a body, it spit out the fungal cell and went for the bacteria. And what that tells me is, this and another study, what that tells me is that something else in the body is the best defense against a fungus. But not only that, yes, it could handle fungus, but it realizes that in the body, something else can handle fungus. And what is that? Iodine, I believe. Okay, another study. Another study was, they wanted to excite, in a petri dish, they wanted to excite the immune system. So they had some macrophages and some white blood cells, other types of white blood cells in a petri dish, and they excited it with anomycin, which is bacteria. Some bacterias function like molds. Some bacteria grow like molds. Some bacteria almost act like molds, almost identical to molds. Anyway, they use that bacteria's toxin to excite the immune system, and then they put Lugos iodine in that solution to see what the macrophages would do. They produced thyroid hormone. We have known that maybe it's not just the thyroid that has to do with thyroid hormone production. Our immune system, our blood, can produce thyroid hormone. We have a lot of thyroid deficiencies now. A lot of even the blood tests for the kids when they come out of the womb are thyroid blood tests. If you look at everything and think fungal, you would just be like, holy cow, what's happening now is we are wiping out our microbiome so that fungus can flourish. And that is a very dangerous problem. And I don't know that many people will listen. I don't know that many people will take heart. I don't know that many people. I think a lot of people will just think, well, it can't be that bad, or that's too complicated. We've made things complicated. We've made agriculture complicated. We've made health complicated. We've complicated things so much with so many disgusting things in our environment that it is hard to live a simple life. And look at simple. It's not very simple. It isn't simple. The simple has become complicated, and the complicated has become very easy. That's what's really disgusting. Well, I'm going to end there. Love you guys.